The horror movie genre has been on fire lately, with the exception of Strangers Chapters 2 and 3. Many horror movies released the last couple of years have been praised by both critics and fans and have seen some box office success. This past weekend, as of the recording of this video, another horror movie looked to capitalize on the success the genre is having. However, this movie may or may not have snuck up on you due to the marketing strategy, or lack thereof, from Focus Features. Will audiences be obsessed with the movie Obsession? I had the opportunity to watch this movie over the weekend, so I'm going to share my thoughts on the movie Obsession. There will be spoilers in this review, so if you have not seen the movie and don't want to know anything that happened in the movie, then stop the video, add it to your watch later list, and then come back after you've seen the movie. And as always, any opinions expressed are my own personal opinions, and they do not represent the opinions of those individuals I work for. So the movie tells the story of Bear, a guy in his 20s who has developed romantic feelings for his friend Nikki. He had the opportunity to ask her out, but he failed to do so. He uses a mysterious object called a one-wish willow and makes a wish that Nikki would fall in love with him more than anyone else in the world. Now, the one-wish willow grants the person one wish and one wish only. Bear uses it, and he gets what he wished for, but it comes at a deep cost. Yes, Nikki falls in love with him, but she now has a complete change in personality. Throughout the movie, she goes from normal to normal-ish, to sad and depressed, and then to all of a sudden completely psychotic. Shout out to Indy Navarrete for such an amazing performance and embracing this character. One of the things I enjoyed about the movie, besides the performance from Indy, was how the story progressed and how one action led to a series of consequences. Bear's wish caused a domino effect, not just between him and Nikki, but among others around them. And as the movie progressed, things got even more batshit crazy, from Bear being fed the remains of his, well, I'm not going to say for those with a sensitive stomach, to even my favorite scene of the movie. This scene, which was my favorite, takes place near the end of Act 2. Sarah and Bear are sitting in a car having a conversation as Sarah is explaining the dynamic between Ian and Nikki, while also hinting at her feelings towards Bear. About 1 to 2 minutes into the scene, I had a suspicion of what was probably going to happen. I had a feeling Nikki was going to attack and kill Sarah. The scene is going and going and going. At this point, they're just milking this scene, and then I wonder, well, maybe my suspicion won't happen. But before I could finish my sentence, in comes Nikki as she smashes the driver's side window and repeatedly smashes Sarah's head against a brick and the steering wheel, killing her. The drinking Jenga party scene was also pretty crazy as well. I really liked how this movie made you think and get the gears turning. By the end, it makes you wonder who was really, the bad guy. Initially, I thought it was Nikki, but as certain things played out and the story progressed, my opinion changed. And by the end, I thought it was Bear that was the bad guy. He fell in love with Nikki to the point where he used a one-wish willow, causing her to act not normal at all. Then when he called the number on the back of the one-wish willow, he attempted to have the wish altered first, then asked to have it canceled. After Sarah is killed, he could have done more to stop Nikki, or at least contain her until he was able to find a way to reverse everything, but he didn't. Not to mention the bedroom scene, where quote-unquote normal Nikki is silently talking to Bear, telling him to kill her before quote-unquote psycho Nikki wakes up, and he refuses. According to the voice that spoke to Bear when he called the customer service number on the back of the One Wish Willow, the wish will expire when either Bear or Nikki dies. Act 1 and most of Act 3 were the strongest parts of the movie. We understood each character's stories, how they all tie to one another, and from there, we just watched everything play out. Act 3 was basically the exclamation point to all the carnage, although the movie did end on a little bit of a softer note. The idea is that Nikki is now obsessed with Bear. During that final scene, why didn't Nikki put up a fight to control Bear, to get him out of the bathroom, tie him up, or anything else? Now, she did use a One Wish Willow that Bear purchased beforehand, but I was expecting more from Nikki in that scene. Even attempting to break down the bathroom door would have been better than how that scene concluded. Now, this movie, just counting Friday and Saturday sales, made $16.1 million. In my opinion, it should have done more, probably around 20 to 22 million, somewhere in that range. This comes down to marketing. In theaters, I've only seen the teaser where Bear called the number and was told they don't cancel wishes. And then on top of that, just one full trailer. Apparently there were billboards where fans can call or text the number on the billboard, and it's a psychotic Nikki that answers. Personally, I haven't seen those billboards, but if you have, let me know when and where. Yes, the trailer is on YouTube, but it will get views if people are searching for it. So the studio needed something to reel the fans in. I think they should have released additional trailers, expanded on the billboard ads, and even some kind of marketing campaign. I think during Valentine's Day would have most likely helped. Focus Features could have pulled off something crazy on a day celebrating love by promoting a movie with love as an element, but fake or psychotic love. I didn't see anything on Valentine's Day, so in my opinion, this was a big missed opportunity for Focus Features. Two recent horror movies that immediately come to mind that had brilliant marketing campaigns were Smile and Megan, the first movies in both of those franchises. In my opinion, Obsession had a strong start but a weak ending with insanity, plenty of insanity in between. The ending wasn't a disaster, it was just middle of the road and could have been better. Now, as of the recording of this video, Obsession has received a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, along with an A- on CinemaScore. Is the horror genre still hot right now? And in my opinion, absolutely. And Obsession just added more fuel to the fire with its mix of bloody gore and crazy insanity that will have folks commenting on Nikki's personality. As I mentioned, it received an average grade of an A- on CinemaScore, and I, for the most part, agree with it. My grade for Obsession is a B+. It was a strong start for Act 1, pretty strong Act 3, minus the ending, were the positives. Indy Neveretti did a lot of the heavy lifting in the acting department. She definitely carried the movie. The ending was a bit of a negative for me, as I wanted to see more from Nikki in terms of being aggressive towards Bear. She did use the One Wish Willow, but I would have rather seen a psycho Nikki go all out in the last scene. So with all that, what do you think of the movie Obsession? Did you love it, like it, hate it? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.